Hello, Bots and Books fans. This is Scorp1701, and tonight we're going to continue our siege through December with the Walgreens exclusive Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Ratchet. Dun dun dun. And like I said, these bots that we're reviewing are exclusives. This is a Walgreens exclusive, which means you can only find it at a Walgreens Pharmacy or various places online if you really look. But they're only selling it officially through the Walgreens. Now, I think that makes a lot of sense because he's a medic, and medics need pharmacies, and it's kind of neat. But anyway, take a look at the box. You can see it's the regular Transformer Siege box. You have his name, Autobot Ratchet here. You have Takara Tomy, Autobot Generations, Transformers, Hasbro, Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy there, ages 8+. Oh gosh, Copa's gonna get me. And on this side of the box, you have the nice picture of the art blasting off, Optimus in the background, just like on every other Siege box. On the back of the box, you can see that he's a robot. He's an ambulance type thing from Cybertron, and he has an exclusive third mode, which is a medical bay. So we'll get into that. I look forward to showing that off. There's a few credits at the bottom of the box. You got Hasbro again. And on the bottom of the box, you have words and things and a whole bunch of credits that only have to be put on there for licensing and all the other stuff. Now, the last side of the box we have to look at is this box, this side. And here you have Ratchet looking all heroic with his backpack cannon there. He's got a ratchet in his hand, hence the name Ratchet. No, I don't think that's why. And on the bottom it says Deluxe Class, Classe Deluxe, Classe de Lujo, and Classe Deluxe again. But also on this side, you will find the hidden blacklight code, in which we will take a quick look at that at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. So anyway, that's Ratchet inside his box. No one wants to see him inside the box. I know I don't. So let's get him out of here and see what kind of medical stuff he can do. And here we have Ratchet out of the box. And he comes with a nice set of instructions which help you to flip and flop him from a vehicle to a robot to a medical mode and all sorts of other good stuff. He comes with this neat little attachment that you can port on him, and it comes up and you can put various things into the little holes, and it can kind of go up and down, kind of more for battle and medical mode, but we'll show that off in a minute. He also comes with two accessories. He comes with this little wrench looking thing done in silver, which is really nice. And according to the instructions, this is called the RT5 Magno wrench, and it's used for magneting wrenching stuff, I guess. He also has this little pistol, which is called the RT5 Laser Scalpel. So I guess it's not really a pistol as much as it is a scalpel, but yeah, it's kind of pistoly. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And excuse me. And when you combine them with this little armature, they can go in and be something completely different. So when you put the scalpel into the armature, you have the RT-15 Protraction Laser Launcher. So yeah, it gets a new name and a new number. So Protraction Laser Launcher, and that's what that is. And if you take this off and put this in, the little ratchet, this is now called the RT-15 Protraction Magno Hoist. So yeah, Magno Hoist. So those are some neat little things you could do with these accessories, specifically from the Walgreens exclusive. Now, getting to Ratchet himself, you can see that this borrows a lot from the Ironhide mold, and we'll get into that in just a second. And but he is basically his own figure, done mostly in white plastic. You can see he has some red highlights on the side and white tires. On the front, he has a nice silver bumper with some silver headlights picked out. You have the Autobot symbol there with some nice translucent blue for his chest plate. You can see he has some nice red lights on the top for his sirens, and more red on the back here. And coming down, nothing really in the back, it's just a whole bunch of white molded details, and that's pretty much it. On the bottom, still all white. So he's not big on color, but hey, he's an ambulance. He's supposed to be white and red, and I think they do the mold really well. Or the colors. So getting back to these attachments, what you can do with this is you can actually have them in the robot mode, so they can go on to his little armatures up here, and then he can go into like a rest mode like this, and you can have whichever attachment that you want poking out the front there if you want, we're so inclined. So you can do that. You can put the scalpel up there, so that's nice. And if you want to store them both, this one could even come in the back, so you can have like a double threat. So that's pretty neat right there. And it can like move around. So yeah, that's a pretty neat little accessory for Ratchet. It stores right there, and you can see that he's ready to go and repair. Good job. All right. And for comparison, here he is with Optimus. So let's see how they look together. They're almost the same length there, which is okay. Optimus got him beat out just a hair at the end. So yeah, he's supposed to be a bigger vehicle anyway. Here he is with Hound. So we got him with a Jeep. So that's pretty neat right there. But let's bring in some emergency vehicles. Here he is with Prowl. And that's a pretty nice comparison. Ambulance and patrol car, they go quite well together. Okay. Over there, Prowl. And here he is with Red Alert Fire. So yeah, that's pretty neat. I like my public safety vehicles. I work in public safety, so I think these are a great set of emergency vehicles. So there you are with Prime, Hound, Ratchet, Red Alert, and Prowl. And as a last comparison, let's bring in his mold mate, Ironhide. And at first glance, you would think that they are the same, but there are actually quite a few differences in the mold. So let's take a look close as we can. Alright, so starting off at the front, you can see that the bumpers are a little different, because Ironhide has a whole bunch of like rocket launchers for his bumper, and Ratchet's bumper is a solid silver with just like a couple holes in it. And then on the sides, you can see that the bottom paneling is pretty much the same. Sorry, let me try to get them closer in there. The bottom panels, like here and here, are the same, but the top is where it gets completely different. You see, this is a solid gray here, and Ratchet's has made room for the light bar, which is pretty neat there. And pretty much on this back panel, you can see that there are some molded details here for Ironhide, but the details are slightly different here for Ratchet. So that's pretty neat. And you can see again at the tops the differences in the panels here. You got different molded details. We can get a little closer in there. We can see that there's differences there. And on this back panel, you can see, again, a little bit of differences in the sculpting and molding there. So it is not a direct repaint in any form. They did do a lot of remolding for it. Anyway, moving on. Alright, and what we'll do is we will go to his transformation, and we will start by transforming him into his medical mode. And it's not really a great thing. It's something that they did, and they said, hey, well, what can we do kind of special with this toy? So don't really be expecting much for that. So what we'll do is we'll start here, bring out these panels at the bottom, and then we'll bring these down to free up the arms. There we go. Come down, come down. And the arms will come out to the side like this. Okay. Then we'll close back the legs. Basically like we're going to robot mode, but not quite. And then we'll put them back together. That will be the base of the table. We'll take the arms, rotate them around, bring the arm back down with the ports on the top there. And basically, see, that will be it. Okay. And again, there's nothing here really to it. It's like a little bitty half transform mode, but you kind of get this little bed thing, I guess. And once you're here, what you'll do is you will take the little armature, and then you will put this in one of these ports here. It doesn't matter. Technically, each side has a port. So you'll have this, and then you can put the scalpel in the other, or vice versa, however you want to do it. It is prime for any type of mix and matching. So there you have kind of a little table, and so when you get an Autobot who's injured, oh, that got me, you can like kind of put them in here. It can't be a big one Autobot, like Prime couldn't fit in here, and pretty much not your deluxes. I guess your legends can. And then you can put a little beachcomber on there, and they could go fix. Oh man, that's smart. So yeah, it's kind of a clever little thing you can do, but you know, I don't know if it's, you know, you can probably do it with Ironhide, but you know, if you have the armatures. But anyway, it's a thing. It is a transform. It is a little mold that they can do. Now, I wanted to get kind of creative, so I thought about doing this. I know these feet, they transform, they bend, but there's really no purpose for it. So I guess if we like do this, and we can kind of put the feet together, maybe have a pillow kind of thing, and he could be on this side, and he could put his head there. I don't know, it kind of works, but you're dealing with kind of silliness anyway, so anyway. Moving on. Now, when it comes to transformation into a robot, we'll start back at the vehicle mode, and he transforms exactly the same way as Ironhide does, so if you remember that. But if you don't, here we go. So like I said, I like to start down here at the bottom, pull these tabs back on both sides, and that will allow us to open up these compartments, bring them down and around. Okay, so you got the feet pretty much there, done. You'll move to the back of the figure, or the front of the figure, bring this down, it's like that. So you'll have the ability to rotate the front compartment 360 degrees around till it pops into place. Then you'll bring your arms down from the side. You will straighten them up like that. You can open the chest, bring the head out, pop the chest back up, and snap it into place on the back. And there you have Ratchet in his robot mode. And taking a closer look at Ratchet on that head sculpt, you can see it's completely different. It's a new head sculpt from the Ironhide. He has his nice little black crest there, white helmet. He has some sharp blue eyes in there, a nice stoic light gray face coming down to his chest, which has some red highlights here, some blue translucent plastic, and the Autobot symbol. The shoulders have some red markings on them, and you can see his sirens poking up there, giving a nice effect. Basically, he's all white. He's got some red stripes here at the hands, and gray midsection here. A little bit of red highlighting on the back, on the sides of his legs, and a little bit on his toes. So, not much for color, but hey, he's an ambulance. What do you expect? He is supposed to be white and red. I think I said that before, but anyway. For articulation, his head can go 360 degrees. It can look down a lot because it's on the transformation hinge. It can't really look up, but you know, again, you got your side to side, which we covered, so you can do that. His shoulders, 360 degrees. He has a bicep swivel. His elbow bend comes up that far, and his hands can go around 360. So that's pretty nice. He does have a waist swivel. You can go all the way around there, which is fine because he's a robot. And I mean, if you really want, you can just bring this hinge down so it kind of appears it's a like ab crunch, but it's really what that is basically his legs going up and down. So his legs can go all the way up. You get some good kicks. They can go back pretty much all the way. He has a thigh swivel all the way there. He has a knee bend, like so. Very good. And his foot does rock back and forth. It can't go back down any, and it can't go up because it's just stuck the way it is. But that's okay. For the most part, he's very articulated, and he has a lot more articulation than you would ever need. And for his accessories, he can hold them quite nicely. They can go into either hand or both hands, if you wish, like that. So he can have one in one hand, and then go to town. Or, again, because it is very diverse and there's a lot of stuff you can do with it, you could hook up the armature to his back port here, and that will come around, and you can have him armed up. You can have the wrench in there, so doing some stuff. Alright, or you can have him holding the wrench, going to town while he has his laser scalpel up there. So yeah, there's a lot of diverse things that Ratchet can do here with his accessories and his weapons. So I think that's pretty cool. And for comparison, here he is with Optimus. They look great together. Big Boss Bot and the Medic. So they like Kirk and Bones. Alright, go over there, Optimus. Here he is with Hound. Get Hound out here. So there they are together. Look pretty nice. A little contrast for some G1 bots. Alright. And here he is with Prowl. If we get Prowl to stand. Prowl doesn't really like to stand. That's pretty neat right there. And last but not least, if we can get them all in the frame, here he is with Red Alert. Red Alert. Yeah. So, yes, I really like all these bots in the medical, police, and fire fields. That is pretty cool right there. And the last comparison I want to do, of course, is with his mold mate, Ironhide. And even in robot mode, you can tell that these guys had done a lot of strong remolding. So Basically, looking at the heads, you can tell that they're different. Ratchet did get a completely new head mold, and the fronts of the chest, Ratchet's pokes out a little bit more, but technically, I guess, if you were to write it up, it would kind of be the same there. But the midsection here is different, and that's kind of an interesting thing. And his leg molds, flaps are different. You can see the details there. And in the arms, you can obviously, because of Ratchet's siren right up there in his light bar thing. So yeah, that is interesting. But you can tell they share a mold, especially in the vehicle modes. But anyway, that is the comparison of Ratchet and Ironhide. And this has been the Walgreens exclusive Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Ratchet. And I really like this guy. I like the remolding they did of Ironhide. I like his accessories. You can get all sorts of neat little things done. The medical bay, take it or leave it. It works for what it is, I guess. And it's a cheap little thing that they could say they had 3 transforms in there. But I don't know. But anyway, so that's it. Stay tuned for the Blacklight bonus, and we'll go there now. And welcome to the Blacklight bonus. So, first thing you'll need is a Blacklight, which we have, and we'll need the Siege box, which we also have. And what we'll do is we'll take the Blacklight and hover it over the Siege box. So you got War for Cybertron S34, and you can see Ratchet, looking all ratchety with his shoulder cannon or back cannon, and he's got a ratchet in his hand, and you can see the symbol for the box, and Ratchet Transformers, dun dun dun. Now on the side of the box, you can see the Blacklight code, and this is the code that you will need to put into the website, which is on the bottom of the screen. Now this one's a little easier to see than the others have been, but it's still kind of tricky. So I hope you guys can get it. I'll hold it over here for just a minute so you can pause the video if you need to. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'd like to thank you guys for sticking with me to the end. This may actually be the last Blacklight bonus that we do, because I think the Earthrise bots don't have them, or they might. We'll have to wait and find out. But if they don't, then hope you guys have enjoyed this part. I think it's a neat little thing for Hasbro to do, kind of make the box interactive. But anyway, so guys, that's it. Have a good night, and we'll catch you later.
Hang on to your dreams. The future is built on dreams. Hang on.